Oh my God, it's the coolest thing ever. Hey guys, have you heard of Goldbelly? Well, check this out. It's this amazing site where they ship the most iconic famous foods from restaurants across the country anywhere nationwide. I've never found a more perfect gift than food. They ship Chicago deep dish pizza, New York bagels, Maine lobster rolls, and even Ina Garten's famous cakes. Seriously. So if you're looking for a gift for the food lover in your life, head to goldbelly.com and get 20% off your first order with promo code GIFT.
The number one selling product of its kind with over 20 years of research and innovation. Botox Cosmetic, out of botulinum toxin A, is a prescription medicine used to temporarily make moderate to severe frown lines, crow's feet, and forehead lines look better in adults.
Effects of Botox Cosmetic may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness may be a sign of a life-threatening condition. Patients with these conditions before injection are at highest risk. Don't receive Botox Cosmetic if you have a skin infection. Side effects may include allergic reactions, injection site pain, headache, eyebrow and eyelid drooping, and eyelid swelling. Allergic reactions can include rash, welts, asthma symptoms, and dizziness. Tell your doctor about medical history, muscle or nerve conditions including ALS or Lou Gehrig's disease, myasthenia gravis, or Lambert-Eaton syndrome and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects. For full safety information, visit BotoxCosmetic.com or call 877-351-0300.
See for yourself at BotoxCosmetic.com.
War Eagle, and welcome to Ever to Podcast, our somewhat regular get-together in audio format here at E2C Network, where we share the Auburn experience. The Auburn experience to us is all about a few things: Auburn sports, Auburn culture, Auburn family stuff. An easier way to say it might be, though, if it's orange and blue, it's what we do. So we thank you so much for joining us today on Ever to Podcast, episode 28. Today's date is June 23rd, 25. And my name, as always, is Kyle Loomis, your host, to bring you the latest Auburn news, discussions, scuttlebutt across social media, out and about in public, all the different things that are being talked about. Let's get into it today. As always, we got a lot to discuss, some updates for basketball staff, a little bit of an adaptive sports news for Auburn, a Natty National Championship, some breaking news for the Auburn band and College Football 25, and maybe a few other things if we get around to it. So let's jump into it right now. The first thing that we're going to start you off with on this Monday, after the weekend ahead, I hope you all had a great weekend here in the South. It's been rainy for a long time. We finally had, at least where I am, a nice weekend, so I hope you enjoyed it. But the news that happened late Friday, I believe it was, after we'd already recorded the last episode of Ever to Podcast, was that Coach Bruce Pearl is going to be adding to his staff. We've already talked about some changes. Coach Chad Pruitt retired and has gone off to the ministry, which is a great thing to hear. Ian Borders was elevated up to assistant coach for some more responsibilities and to actually have that title now. And not to say that those things are inherently why this happened, but now we have a brand new GM of basketball, Matt Gatens. I'm still figuring out how to pronounce your last name, Matt, so I'm sorry. Haven't heard it said exactly yet. I've seen it written, but not said. But Matt Gatens is coming to be the GM of Auburn men's basketball, returning as a stint as a graduate assistant coach back here in 2017 with Coach Bruce Pearl, so there's some familiarity there. He has been at Iowa for a long time now as an assistant coach. He also, I believe, is an alumni of Iowa as well. We saw Iowa in the NCAA tournament not too long ago. So besides him being here once, there's some familiarity there. Obviously, Bruce Pearl's a guy that likes his guys and to bring them back and give them opportunities within the fold of his program. So this is definitely one of those keys. So what does this mean? We've seen this with football already, the GM position in other sports as well. It wouldn't shock me to see this start happening for other sports too. But these major revenue-generating ones where the responsibilities are getting just so tough for the head coaches, they got to have that right-hand man or woman to be able to find some of the things that they need to do to get them off their tables, so to speak. So a GM is going to be handling a ton of things for the head coach. Yes, they will be involved in game planning, recruiting, scouting, management of the roster, but especially like dealing with agents, donors, things like that. So that's what he's going to be involved. So obviously it's good to have him there. And have him back as an Auburn Tiger. It's always great when we get to see people come back to us. I think it's not a shock that happens a lot of times. Yes, it's because Bruce Pearl wants him, but people love being in Auburn and coming back to Auburn. So Matt, Coach Gatens, has obviously decided to do that. So we're excited to see how his role will evolve and what impact he can make on the men's basketball team, which has already reached so many great new heights under Coach Bruce Pearl. Let's talk about adaptive sports. So I know this is probably one of those areas where a lot of you maybe not have a ton of interest in, but this is about the Auburn experience here. And so we're going to cover, especially when significant events like this happen. So, I hope I'm doing justice explaining what this adapted or adaptive sports are. Sports where those that have disabilities are able to still participate in organized sport and go win a national championship, which we're just talking about in a second. You probably know about our wheelchair basketball team. We've talked about them before on our various content and things, but there's others as well. There is power soccer too. I think it's also been called power wheelchair soccer, but that's a long name, so I think they just refer to it as power soccer. Well, we found out late last night that the Auburn University Power Soccer program are your national champions for 2025. That is awesome. Hang the banner today. I love when we get to celebrate something Auburn related like this, whether it's in the major sport of football or it's the sport that we should probably be paying a little bit more attention to, such as power soccer. Like, I'll be honest with you, I knew about our wheelchair basketball team, and I knew there were some other maybe club programs out there, and I guess technically this would fall into that category as well. But I wasn't super aware of the power soccer team. So this is a great thing for them. When you win a national championship, it doesn't matter when it is, how it is, where it is. That gets you some attention and gets you some recognition. So that's a great thing to say. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Rob Taylor, who is well known in the adapted sports space, especially for Auburn as the head coach for wheelchair basketball, he is also involved in helping with this as well. So he obviously has done so many great things for the sport of wheelchair basketball, but obviously helping this power soccer program get off the ground and get going and win a national title in 2025. We've shared a photo from, I believe his name was Rob Griffith, who I believe is someone who covers that program and those particular sports on our social media. If you want to go see a picture of the team holding those medals, the national championship trophy, all good things. Hang the banner now is what I'm saying. And maybe, just maybe, we might see them get recognized at a football game this year. They like to do that for programs that, whether they're club teams, big academic accomplishments. So don't be shocked if you don't see them out there on the field for Jordan-Hare Stadium this year. Congrats to the Auburn Power Soccer Team, 2025 national champions. This next bit of news is something that I think is just so cool. This is just a nuanced, small thing in the Auburn experience that literally just broke before I got ready to record the show for you guys today. And that's the news, not only about College Football 26, the second edition of the revive of that awesome video game, and everything that's going to be involved with that with just the football team, but ladies and gentlemen, we now have confirmation, it looks like, that not only will the Auburn football team, the program, the stadium be so well represented again, but the Auburn University Marching Band had a hand in not only, I'm sure, for our own not vocals, but music for the game, but for the whole of College Football 26. Here's this, I guess this is a press release. I'm still trying to confirm where this came from, but there are major reporters at least sharing this snippet out there. So I'm just going to read it to you. It sounds like maybe this was a blurb from someone at College Football 26. Here's what it says. First off, the press start screen is going to sound a bit different from last year and past EA Sports games. That's because we worked with Auburn University Marching Band under the leadership of Marching Band Director Dr. Corey Spurlin, to record a version of our theme for College Football 26. Auburn University was selected because they were the 2023 Metallica Marching Band Contest winners. We couldn't have found a more amazing and talented group of musicians to work with on this, and we can't wait to find the next band to feature in EA Sports college football games. Now, we knew that Metallica was going to be partnering with College Football 26 this year. When I saw that, I got the hunch, I wonder if the big winners, the ones that made all the waves about winning that contest, are going to be featured. And here we got confirmation. Your Auburn Marching Band, the sound, is going to be in the intro screen for College Football 26. So let that sink in. Auburn making a big impact in all ways across sports, even for those that are tertiarily involved with sports like the marching band. That is an awesome and cool thing to celebrate in the Auburn space. And when I saw that this morning, that just got me just all kind of jazzed up, jammed up, jelly tight. And listen, I love College Football 25, the first game. I'm going to love this 26 version even more, and we'll certainly do some content about that. And as a reminder as well, let me remind you that we will be doing some content on our YouTube channel about that, but there will be a little bit of a delay in that this time around because you want to go check that. And as another reminder, go check out our YouTube channel, the Metallica show from the Auburn band that we videoed and have out there. It's a great thing to see. And maybe one last little bit of a note here, and maybe we'll talk about this in more detail on a next or future episode coming up here of Ever to Podcast. I know a lot of you out there are very discouraged by some decommitments and such in Auburn football space right now. My best advice to you is if you're spending a lot of time, and I know some of y'all are going to bristle at me even saying this, if you're spending way too much time worrying about the decision-making process of 17 and 18-year-old boys, you probably need to take a step back for a little bit. That doesn't mean that recruiting is not important. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't at least be aware of what's going on there. But some of y'all are spending way too much time being worried about things that you can't control. Recruiting space is always up and down. It's part of the reason I don't spend time worrying about, and our content doesn't spend time worrying about people who are not even committed yet. And once they decommit, I mean, I don't really worry about them from that standpoint. It's not that I don't care about them and don't want to have them back, but if you don't want to be here, I don't want you to be here either, type of thing. So I just want to encourage, I know some of you that listen to this are big recruiting buffs, and I used to be myself. Once I broke free of that, it became a much better, more pleasant way to be an Auburn fan. That would be my encouragement to you as well. So just hang in there, folks. It'll always ebb and flow. Things will get better. Coach Hugh Freeze has a pedigree for being a great recruiter, whether that means that he gets the stars that really don't matter in the grand scheme of things or the rankings that you necessarily want. It's about getting the right people, not what publications and things say about it. Who fits your needs, who brings in and contributes right away. Coach Hugh Freeze is a great job at finding those individuals. He's proven that even here. All right, so that's going to be Ever to Podcast episode 28. Yes, I think I got that right. As always, we'd love to hear from you on social media. You can hit us up in direct messages, email e2cnetwork@gmail.com if you want to feature something here, ask a question on the show, or just get in touch with us. That's a place for you. And be sure to check out our main podcast, The Auburn Experience. Episode 130 is out right now. Go listen to that as well if you have not done so. We talked about Auburn and NIL effects and upcoming schedules for Auburn basketball, men's and women's, and many other Auburn news items. Thank you once again for tuning in here to Ever to Podcast. Until we talk to you again, War Eagle.